Hi there. Hi, Margaret, at least. And I realized that Sniper, Boofy, and Goofy's comment was left several hours ago. So they're probably not still here. Anyway, I don't know if you can hear this, but I am not feeling great. It's been off and on. I keep thinking I'm better, and then I'm just not. I've changed my mind about 12 times on what I was going to do tonight. This is what we're going to start with. I decided I'd do face forward first, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go to this camera and I'm going to show you finishing this octopus. My granddaughter chose which direction it was going to go. This was made on the, thank you, Renee. I should be able to, I took some cold medicine, so I should be able to make it at least an hour, but I get chatty, so it could be longer, but we'll see. We'll see how long. And then my husband and my 17-year-old. Hi, Rosie. How nice for you to make it. It's late there. Are you a night owl, Rosie? Do you stay up late? Oh, hi, Chuck. Hi, Camille. So yeah, I'm sounding a little rough, as you can hear. So we'll mostly be on hands here shortly. But yeah, my husband and the 17-year-old are at the Metallica concert. Well, it hasn't started yet. Oh, hi, Heather. How are you? Your package should be there in a few days. Like I said, I just sent it yesterday. It's a very little package, very little. Actually, little. Unlike Shannon, I was only going to send Shannon a little thing, and then I decided to throw in more. But that's kind of how I do. Just toss a coin. Yeah, right. So the excuse me. So they're at the Metallica concert, which will start in an hour. They were taking the light rail down to downtown Denver. It's at I was going to say Mile High Stadium. Well, that's technically what it is still, but it keeps changing sponsorships. You know, the NFL and stadiums and all that. Whoever pays for their name on the side of it. But yes, ready for bed. Okay, that is fine. You can listen. Yes, I appreciate that, Grandpa Metallica. Right. And the fact that my 17-year-old was so psyched, she is so excited about going. And I haven't really mentioned what an beyond incredible deal he got on the tickets, because I know people who paid full price. So I don't want to say how little he spent on these tickets. It's actually amazing. All of his friends are jealous. I think that's funny. And he just picked up the tickets he just got the tickets on Thursday. And apparently it's their last show before they leave the U.S. For the rest of their tour. They're going to be heading to, yeah, it is. Right? Chuck always makes me laugh. But yes, Heather, I know I did not send my hooks in your package. I confirmed that I did not send my hooks in Deb Morgana's package. With the backpack clips, please, if you have backpack clips that you've made or whatever, even if you don't have this little part. See this, I bought these thinking I could make stitch markers, but they're too big. So no, that's a no. But anyway. Yeah, well, okay, you're right, Chuck. That is exactly why he got the deal. It's actually a veterans thing. We might actually get to go to. If we had known about it in time, we would have gotten to go to Weird Al Yankovic, which I would love. And my daughter and son-in-law, my younger daughter, this is special. My younger daughter and son-in-law, younger being that she's 27, almost 28. They just went to Weird Al here in Denver. I think he was actually at Red Rocks, which is a way nicer venue. I mean, Mile High, you're going to be able to pack it with people, like thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Red Rocks is, it holds a lot, but not that many. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Weird Al in LA. Yeah, he's still in the US. But this is Metallica's last concert in. I must actually have put it on vibrate and not. That's what she said. That's amazing. Sorry to disappoint you all there. Hi, Lisa. So lovely to see you. But Renee, it's you specifically want to know about this. It's vettickets.com or something. You know what, Renee, if you have a channel email in your description boxes or in the description of your channel, I will email you about it if you don't already know about it. It is extraordinarily discounted / borderline free tickets to all kinds of things. Yeah, so but he's not here. I will text him and ask him. So we're gonna do live support our vets kind of things right now. All right, let me ask. Oh, let me show you. Talk about nosebleeds. Can you see that? They are way up there on the stages, all the way down there on the top layer of Mile High Stadium. All right, where the Denver Broncos play. If that helps it, put it in cotton. Let me ask him, since he just sent that. What is the website that you got the tickets from? Because they had like everything you can imagine on there. They had one that was kind of humorous. They had wrestling. If you like WWF, WWE, I don't know. Which one is it? They had, he's a Weird Al, still does shows. Yes, these are not young. These are not spring chickens. These are people that are significantly, like noticeably older than I am. Hi, Nick. But yeah, I'm waiting for him to tell me. It's called okay, I'm going to type it in. Here you go. If you are a vet, because they will verify. Vettix.org. There you go. Check it out, Renee, or anybody else in the chat that I'm not aware served in the military. Apparently they do first responders, but I don't know if it's the same website or if there's something similar for first responders, because my husband, okay. And my husband just said that too. We sometimes are very much on the same wavelength. They also do it for first responders. So first responders and military, he's both, because he does National Guard. And then he is a sergeant in the jail. I'm very grateful he's in the jail. I don't have to worry about his safety too much. So anyway, but yes, you're so welcome, Renee. Anything I can do to support y'all. Because when you're in the military, it's not just you, it's your whole family, right? It's not just you that could be at the call of duty at any time. That impacts your whole family. So anyway, this is how I'm feeling right now. I just want to drink tea and crochet. However, I'm going to be sewing. I'm going to be sewing this. I'm a different kind of yeah. Well, me too. Me too, Chuck. Me too. All right. So, yeah, sorry, my eyes start to water. When does anybody else get that with cold symptoms? Your eyes just water and water. I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing. Anyway. It's good to see Nick and Rosie. If you all don't know Rosie, she's lovely. If you all don't know Lisa, she's lovely. Lisa Bond. These are these folks are people that I connected with through Linda Saxida. Let me see if it'll let me. Oh no, I'm gonna have to. I'll have to drop a link. I can do that. Give me a sec and I will draw Linda Saxida's link. Because guessing how to spell that, have fun with that. Just kidding. Well, it is actually, when when you know, it's like, oh yeah, that's totally makes sense. But just hearing it, you wouldn't necessarily know. She's Norwegian. She lives in Spain, and she's a teacher. I'm a big fan of teachers, as I was one for so very long. Share channel, copy. Okay, so this will be a whole web link. If you don't know her, this is where I met Lisa and Rosie. Rosie and Lisa, neither of you actually have content, right? Sorry, this is my overhead camera thing. Oh, I gotta scroll down. Oh, hello, Jennifer. How are you? I loved your gnome. It was too cute. Gnome is on my list, making a gnome. Going to Nome, Alaska would also be interesting, but making a gnome is on my list. I just haven't done it yet. Ooh, maybe a gnome on the knitting machine. That might work really well. That's what this is. Let me talk about this. This is Crafty Witch 232. She taught me how to make. This is on the 48 pin Sentro. I went 10 extra rows on this. My granddaughter, who is 3, I had made her one, and then all of her little friends at school wanted one at preschool. But this is for her brother. So this is for my grandson. I had her pick which direction I put the colors. Oh, you did make it back, Sniper, Boofy, and Goofy. Plus Goofy? Do you prefer and Goofy or plus Goofy? I'm all kinds of Goofy. Gnome and Rome. Oh, Rome. That's a place my husband has been, but not really been, because he went, scheduled this trip, and then the whole entire time a sniper is what you like. Okay, I will go with that. Yes, 1P, sniper. All right, so he went to Rome, and he was, see. I didn't even take that cold medicine that long ago, so I don't know why my voice is being special. Anyway. So he went to Rome, scheduled it and whatever, but he was literally throwing up all day that he was scheduled to be there. So they got to see another city because he was stationed in Germany. That's when he was full-time army, and they had driven down, and lots of everything coming back up. So even though he's been there, he hasn't really been there, sadly. Anyway, Rome is definitely on the list of places I'd like to go. My daughter has been to Italy. My oldest daughter has been to Italy several times. I don't recall if my younger daughter went down to Italy. Has she been to Italy? She's been to Amsterdam, Paris, and then she did that Rhine River cruise, so parts of Germany. Oh, I've heard that, Jennifer. I know you're down in the south on the Atlantic coast. I've heard a lot of people talk about that. You gonna make a Jennifer style gnome? You know what, Camille? I take that as a challenge. Let me figure out how to do that on the knitting machine, and I'm in. I mean, I'm sure I could crochet it. That's no question. But the more fun would. You have a libation, my friend. Yes. Okay. This is hot tea. So yes, I should drink some. I think that's what I'm being told. All right. All right. Anyway, I don't know what all I was saying. Who even knows what I'm ever saying? All right. I'm going to switch to this camera. Let me switch cameras. Cool. I almost clicked leave studio. That would have been special. That sounds about how well my brain is working today. Alrighty, Rudy. Here we go. I'm going to show you how to do this, and I will explain why. It's mirroring. I don't want it to mirror. Yeah. Okay. Now it's correct. All right. So you do 50 rounds, and it's this colorway here. Oh, let me talk about this disaster that my husband started to fix. This is my grandson got a hold of the ball of yarn, skein of yarn. and literally dragged it around half the house before we got a hold of it. So my husband, this is how much he unwound already, or took care of and unknotted. So yeah, I keep him in business with that yarn untangling. So this is like the 2 layers. I think it was a bird. Yes. Oh, this does look good. Okay. Thank you for saying that. I wasn't sure. It's itchy, but it looks. Yes, lots of people do. Oh, hi, Mona. How are you? Sifting some soil and more is Mona. And she does gardening. Okay. My dad doesn't like when I paint my nails. Oh, I don't care. Paint your nails. Here, let me go up close on my nails. So the overlays, the blue color is, oh, thanks, Camille, for that. The blue color is called Fireworks Glow. The stars are overlay accent. I don't remember the name of them. They're in a short live yesterday, but I'm very happy with them for 4th of July week. For some reason, I must have been rough on this nail because a little edge came off, but they're looking good still. Anyway, this it's a little itchy, but I figure it's better. It's nicer than that white. It's too stark with the white. He's so cute, but he's so cute. Your grandson does not. Not your. Yes, I knew you were talking about great grandson. Yeah, my grandson is so cute. On Friday, well, on Thursday, because I didn't have to babysit any day but Tuesday. But on Thursday night, my daughter texted me and said, "Hey, I'm just using a darning needle here. Hey, the granddaughter is missing you something terribly." And I had seen her on Tuesday. But anyway, sister-in-law is his. Oh, pedicures are nice. My husband did one. He did like the way that I felt on his feet. Is that right? Yeah. If it's not right, oh well. It's not the end of the world. My grandson won't know the difference, right? Okay, I'm pulling that down tight. So I'm trying to make the legs here. So I'm kind of going in. And then I'll go over. If I need to, I will. Oh, and these are very close together because my granddaughter chose that. I let her pick the placement of the eyes. She actually had them right next to each other, and I pulled them a little bit further apart. I let her use the little, this thing, the little crimper. She tried. I mean, she had to use both hands, the safety eye thing. But anyway, so yeah, my grandson. Hold on, let me see. I'm telling you 3 different stories. Okay, so on Thursday, I get the call. Hey, can you come over? So my husband was able. I didn't really need to do that. That's all right. Let me do this. Let me get that out of the way. All right. My husband was able to come with me. They love Granddad. That's what he goes by. My granddaughter's a big fan. He went to taser trainings, so he's a master taser instructor, whatever, something like that. And so he had gone to taser training, and when he was there, they had little German Shepherd taser dogs. Some of you have, hi, Crafty Gypsy. Yeah, I agree with you, Sniper. Do what you want. Paint your, yeah, this color is fun. Paint them blue, bright blue. They're fun. Crafty Gypsy, sister-in-law, Bet pedicure is wonderful, but he doesn't paint them. A lot of women even, they'll get pedicures but not actually paint them. I'm just kind of making this up because I should have gone back and watched Crafty, which is Andy's tutorial, but did I? No, I did not. Because why would I? Anyway, so we were there on Friday morning, And then almost when we were about to leave, my granddaughter was like, Granddad, can you take my picture? And like she wanted a full-on photo shoot. It was hilarious. And my grandson, he got a few really cute pictures of my grandson. But the day prior, I had sent this to Camille because I knew she would appreciate it. My son-in-law had been out of town. Was he out of town that week? No, that must have been the week before. But my daughter's like, the boy has been quiet too long. She comes down to the kitchen and discovers my grandson had gotten a whole jar of peanut butter. And he had been sticking his hand. It was all over his face. It was all over his body. And I sent it to Camille because I knew she'd appreciate his love of peanut butter. So, yeah. So some channels, like my mods, their channels just automatically drop. Eventually, it'll show you how to drop your channel if you want. So it's so nice for you to be in here. So this was made on the knitting machine. Like I said, it is Crafty Witch 232's Andy's pattern. It's about 50 rows on the knitting machine. This colorway, yeah, that's probably going to be my yarn management tomorrow, is winding that puppy up. Because my husband had to put back together that much of the ball because my grandson took it all over the house. Anyway, his job was to wrangle the grandson while I did this with my granddaughter. She did use the knitting machine for some of these rows. I would say like probably in this section or so. Oh, this, I forgot to say the colorway. This is Rainbow Wish Big Twist. Hopefully, Big Twist value. Let me be real specific. Sorry. So I'm just sewing this up. She was the one that chose the placement of the eyes. She chose which colors were out. So she wanted the purple out. So that is what we did. Because, she's like, I'm picking for my brother, so I'm going to do that. There's 4 legs. These legs are not going to be even. I'm going to tell you that right now. Or it's going to have 9, which, why not? Because he won't care. I think I made him a little narrow. I know I made him narrower than my granddaughter's version. Okay, whew, this room is hot. It's nice and quiet in my neighborhood right now, which is good because people were shooting off fireworks earlier. I feel so bad for the dogs in the neighborhood when they do that. We only have one dog that seems to care about that. But it is what it is. Yes, it's good for the skin. It's funny you say that, Chuck. That was my response to I want to do that with the peanut butter. And here's why, Camille, if it wasn't a waste, if it wasn't such a waste of the peanut butter, my daughter has to, because we're in Colorado, again, it's super dry here all the time. So she said when she caught him or found him covered in peanut butter, my response was, oh, he just wanted a nice body mask. And she said, well, actually, as soon as I found him, he wanted to take a bath. And so she's not entirely sure if he wanted the peanut butter or he wanted a special bath. And she said, first time ever, she did not have to put any lotion on him in that bath. Like none. And that's just unheard of here in Colorado. So after a bath, like the water actually kind of dries your skin out. And so you have to put lotion on all over, especially babies or little ones. He's 16 months, I guess. Is he considered a toddler or a baby? I think I have 9 legs. Let's see. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. I sure do. Well, this octopus has 9 legs. Because, that's fine with me. I'm not teaching my grandson the anatomy of an octopus, so it's okay. We're just going to go with it. I'm just kind of going across underneath the legs here. But, Does he toddle? Yeah, he walks. Yes, the peanut oil. Yes. And his skin was so soft. She said it was just so soft after that. Like a baby's skin should be. You don't get that much here in Colorado, like I said. Yep, it's the 9 legs. It's just funny, but whatever. And the eyes are really close together. This octopus is its own thing for sure. I need to actually post the octopus on Instagram. But yes, peanut butter on your skin is actually quite good for your skin. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Come out there. I'm gonna tie it. I got a weird knot there somehow. That's weird. All right, it's fine. Everything's fine. All right. So I'm gonna tie those together. That's nice and tight down there. Okay, I pretend I didn't say that. All right, here we go. All right, olive oil. Olive oil is also excellent. Did he smell really good? He smelled like peanut butter. And she does the pretty natural stuff. Coconut oil. Coconut oil is really good for your animals' paws. If your animals' paws get dry, use coconut oil on them. As long as you don't have a coconut or a nut allergy. Sure, right? My grandson won't know the difference. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, so I'm going to actually have to cut that there because it won't pull through. That's fine. Good. See if I cut the right side. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. I'm a goofball. That's all right. Yarn scraps. So I'm just going to tuck that inside here. Okay, so if you have a short tail like this is what I do. I stick the needle in, and then I thread the needle, and then I can pull it through. Because if you're just pulling through, like for amigurumi, so you stick it through wherever you want it to go, and then it comes through there, and then I can cut it off over here, and then it's fine. And now the tail is buried in there. I don't know if you've ever seen that trick. I wish I could tell you who showed me that trick. A ninopus, yes, a nonopus. Nonopus, so this, let me type in here, that means 9, so it'd be a non-opus. We're officially naming him this. Well, I'm calling it him because it's for my grandson, that's whatever. But anyway, I wish I knew who taught me that little short tail needle trick. It really has been helpful. I've used it 1,000 times probably. Yes, Ninopus reminded me of the like a nonagon. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of that because most of you are not math geeks like me, but a nonagon has 9 sides. Like a hexagon has 6, octagon has 8, so nonagon has 9. Okay, that's in there enough. We're going to be satisfied with that. I wish his eyes were not where they are, but you know, it's what my granddaughter wanted, so whatever. I saw a t-shirt the other day that said, "You can't tell me what to do. You're not my granddaughter." And I thought, that is definitely my life. If it said grandson, that might be Camille. That's what you did. Do you know where you learned that? Did you learn that in sewing, Camille? Or did you learn it from tutorials? Because I know I saw somebody do it, but I cannot for the life of me remember who it was. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have some hot tea. Okay, so this is our little completed guy. I'm gonna put the Rainbow Wish to the side. I love the color. I love this colorway so much. I can't even. I really hope this is a color that comes back through Hirschner's because it's Big Twist Value. That's who's going to have big twist value, right? I've heard such mixed things about the Michael's situation. Michael's definitely is buying some. Oh, and Annie's Attic bought K and C. The letter K and symbol and C. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Shatika. From sewing. It was just natural from sewing. Okay. Like I said, I wish I could give credit to whoever I saw that from, because again, this is not stuff that I remember my grandma teaching me. For all I know, she did, but I don't remember. Oh, by the way, this little thing was from Helix. This, and I've hooked it on here because I lost the pull tab thing. She told me that's actually a yarn cutter. Here, I've got a scrap over here from Pi Day. So yeah, I can literally you just put it across and it cuts it. Now this is really fuzzy yarn, so that's part of why I frayed like that. But yeah, she told me that. She sent me that. That was one of the things in our yarn swap, not the surprise yak yarn. Oh my gosh. That yak yarn is so pretty. It's such a beautiful navy blue. I think this camera is more true to color. Let me grab that yak yarn. Just so you can see the true to color. Let's make his head taller so his eyes don't look like they're all the way down. Okay, let's see if I missed anybody else. Yes, K and C. Annie's Attic, Camille. It used to be something else, Annie's something else, but it's Annie's Attic now. And I was saying I wanted to put it. This is Camille's yarn. This is 100% baby alpaca. But the problem is this one is way too thin to put with that one. I mean, I could double it up, but then that kind of defeats the purpose. I want that to stand on its own. I just have to make something with this too. So that's Camille's yarn. This is 100% alpaca and hand dyed by Camille. This is 100% yak. This is Lotus Yarn Tibetan Cloud Worsted. It says to use a 3.75 millimeter or 4 millimeter. So I'm not thinking that's an actual 4-weight. What do you guys think? See what a beautiful navy that is? What color is that? And how would I describe the feel of it? It's less soft, fuzzy soft than this. I messed up the hank. That's why it's kind of, she did it right. I didn't. See, this is, alpaca is like super soft. This is like more like a silky soft, the yak. And it says yak hair. 100% yak hair. Color 11. So I'm calling it navy. Haven't decided yet what I'm doing. Yeah. Bamboo. Yes, the KNC bamboo cotton. Oh, or your hand dyed bamboo cotton. Do you have hand dyed bamboo cotton? I don't know. KNC, yeah, KNC is a higher, like they're a step up from Big Twist. Annie's Attic is that's who's going to carry the K and C yarn. I don't know. Again, like everything, I don't know if they're carrying everything. Oops, I don't want to mess up that hank. Now, I don't have a Swift, so I use the bottom of my round laundry basket to wind that up. But I've heard you don't want to put it into a cake until you're actually ready to use it, which is why that's still in a hank. But again, this one's Camille's and this is alpaca. They're a different soft. This is like fluffy, fuzzy, like you want to pet it soft, like it's a furry animal. And this is more of a silky soft. Like that's the difference to me. Like that's the feel difference. Anyway, still haven't found my bag of hooks. Again, it's a bag. It's a whole bag this size. This This has clamps in it, and my knit pick, I think is what they call it, for my knitting loom. Not for the Sentro, but for an actual round loom. I've got actually other shapes, but this is my clamps. I've triple checked this case. It's the same size. It's a similar color. I don't know where it went. I used it in here, and then it disappeared. It evaporated. It went to the wax. Yeah, I gave you a bag a long time ago. This literally disappeared within the last week, Camille. Maybe I will put my scissors away so they don't cut anything. Yeah, no, it's not what I sent you. I had a whole set, and I pulled, it was last week sometime. I pulled, I think, this hook out of it. So I know I've had it in the last week. So I didn't accidentally send it to you. I have been checking everybody that I sent Happy Mail to. So if Going Green Mom shows up, I need to ask her. But yeah, it's not what I did. All of those were very intentional sends to you. Actually, no, maybe. Yeah, it was this one I pulled out of there. And it was literally just last week, which is why I figure it's got to be in this room. It was for a project. I've checked, but the problem is I did take that project downstairs. I have checked downstairs. There is one, you know what? There's one dog that likes to carry shoes off. Maybe he carried it off somewhere. So maybe I need to look more extensively in the basement. You know what? I'm going to have the 14-year-old do that, because the 14-year-old's here with me. She's downstairs taking care of all the herd of dogs we currently have. They're all my 17-year-old stepdaughter dogs, but we have 3 currently. We probably will go down to 2 at some point, but because their mom wants one of them back. However, she wants to be living in a different place in order for that to happen. So that's a whole different thing that I am not going to go into. It's a whole thing. But I don't understand how a whole bag. Hi, Linda. Oh, hi, Shannon. How are you? No, I don't knit. This was done on the knitting machine, in case you were wondering. This was done on the knitting machine. I was just showing this yarn. What weight yarn Linda and Margaret and Shannon are all. Okay, so my diamond painting is literally sitting there. I was thinking about doing that too, but I wanted to finish that octopus up so I had something done. What weight yarn is that? I mean, it says worsted, but I don't think that's worsted. So Margaret, Linda, and Shannon are all kind of more experts about that. What would you call that? Maybe DK? Or is it a 2-weight or a 3-weight? I don't know. I know I could do wraps per inch, but I don't feel like it. A 2 or 3. See, that's exactly. Oh, Chuck, yes, you're here too, and you're also more of an expert than I am on that stuff. Because this stuff is labeled 3-weight. That's about the same, huh? So no, see, this green stuff is thinner. This is 100% cotton, but only by a little bit. So maybe this is an actual 3-weight. I do not believe that's a 3-weight, even though that's what it's labeled. Anyway, this is 100% yak hair is how the label reads. So a surprise gift from Helix Stitchcraft. Now, she had a crazy busy weekend, so I am sure she will not. I haven't seen her in anybody's lives. Yes, Rosie is in Austria. Yeah, you got to go to bed. Yes. Thank you so much for coming in, Rosie. It was lovely that you made it in. Sock weight. You would go with sock weight. Okay. See? Yeah. So I may have to hold 2 together anyway to become, well, I don't know. It depends on what I make with it. All right. We're going to come back this way for a minute. Let me switch. Let me switch cameras for a minute. All right. So, like I said, I have my diamond painting sitting right there. Let me show you where I'm at on it. I think Camille is still further on this. Well, I don't know. Maybe we're about the same, and we still have no idea. And I think it was Margaret said, because it says 20 by 30, that means 20 this way. So this is the right direction. It's swirly. I have it sitting there as a potential if I, like I said, I kept changing my mind what I wanted to do. Yeah, Rosie, sleep well. Thank you for staying up so late. I think it's like 1 a.m. or maybe later in Austria. So here is what is taking all my time. Yeah, okay, so seeing it like this looks like a forest, and then the witch. Is that what you're saying? I think, I mean, it definitely looks different. Seeing it on camera like that, it definitely looks different. This has been oh my gosh, it's taking me my whole life to do this. But the pig is done. I have one more row on the cow to finish the cow's ears. But this is what's taking me so long. So much counting. I have started the dog. I'm using Jennifer Waitaki. She might have already dipped out because her power was in and out. But yeah. The pig came out real cute. Bonnie, I don't know if I said hi to you. I think I did, but if I didn't, hi, Bonnie. So the pig is done. The dog's chin is started. The dog is going to be big. Mona's back in the chat. Now my debate is, do I want to work on that? I probably can't work on that. And the reason I say can't is because it's so much gall darn counting. Let me get it in a position and we'll share it. Oh my goodness, undo what I just did. Okay. I need to drag it. All right. Let me present for a second. So you can see I am past halfway. The cow is big, right, because it's double crochets. And I crochet loose, and it's 5.5. Thank you for dropping your weather. If you want to drop your weather, you can. That's what I thought, Bonnie. I just wanted to make sure. It's better to cover my bases and not come off share screen. Let me show you where I'm at on this. All right. So that's the line I just finished. So yeah, no, the cow doesn't look as gigantic as it is in actuality because two things. Is it showing both? I don't remember. StreamYard shows both. Yes. Let me do it this way. No. No. What did it? This? There. Okay. So the cow is much bigger than it looked. This is part of the delay. It's 120 stitches across, like the bottom there. But it looks squattier because, again, these are those connected or linked double crochets and popcorns to give all that texture. The back side is not as cute because, well, I have some ends hanging out, but you don't get the same texture. You still see the pattern, but it's not the same. You need the popcorn to really see like those cow eyes. I'm going to do something with those a little bit to mess with it. So, yeah. But because the cow is so big, let's swap these for a second. Can I do that? No. How do you do it in this one? I thought I could just swap them. Annoying. There. Okay. So you can see the dog is going to be almost as big as the cow was, which is fine. It's fine. Let me squeeze down a little bit. So yeah, the dog is not as many rows, but he's actually going to be wider across. Plus, it's a fat yarn. So I did to myself what I always do, which is we can stop sharing that. I chose everything else on here is a 4-weight yarn. This is not 4-weight yarn. This is yarn from Jennifer Wasaki. But so I was changing the amount of stitches I have in the popcorn, so it's not going to be totally warping it right there. We'll see how it looks. It should look fine because I'm conscious of it. And again, even though all of them are 4-weights, you know how. So this pink was super soft. This is one of the softer yarns. Not now that it's worked up, but like actually working with it was super soft. I'm pretty sure this is some Red Heart Super Saver. I don't know what black yarn I'm using. Not a clue. The brown I'm pretty sure is a Hirschner's chocolate colored yarn. And then this is Red Heart not Super Saver. Comfort, I think. I can't remember what colorway, but when I finish, I will post all the different ones that I actually know. The pink was from a mystery bag or whatever, surprise pack. I don't remember which company that's from. So that's where we're at with that. Demo. Why is it saying demo? I don't know. You guys are seeing everything, right? I had it on here, but then I was. Oh my gosh. They got waters at the stadium, the Metallica concert. $10 a piece for a bottle of water. Yikes. That's yikesies. For sure. Okay. Oh, I hate when it does this. It won't let me in my own live. I hate it. It is live, though. You're all talking to me. Yeah, no. Oh, 3:30. Oh. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, okay. Bye, Bonnie. Highway robbery, right? $10 for a bottle of water. And it's I mean, they have water fountains, but that's not the same. Let me have some more hot tea, actually. Let's see how long I got to go at least an hour. It's only 10 more minutes. But that has honestly been taking most of my crochet time. I've been doing stuff like this to make me not want to throw that across the room. And then, of course, Decade Divas stuff, which I can't show you or even tell you anything about. But I'm also doing that kind of as a reprieve. Do a couple. It takes me a long time to do a row on that animal blanket. Oh, what am I Smoke a water, exactly. Well, just bring an empty water bottle. I think that is allowed. That's the key. I don't know about other states, but here that is allowed. But they have to be plastic. They cannot be glass. There's some other rules. To go to the baseball games, you actually have to have, and I think this is some of the other places too, it has to be a clear, like you couldn't use your crocheted purse or a regular purse. It has to be like a clear backpack or clear bag, and it has to be a certain size. You're not allowed to bring anything in there but an empty water bottle. Sort of like going through TSA, right? So you can bring snacks. You can bring snacks on the airplane as long as they're not liquid, right? Until you get in past security, then you can go for it. But anyway, yes, if you need to go, Chuck, yeah, I'm gonna hang in here for about 10 more minutes for sure. I'm sorry, I'm really this dang cold. I keep thinking I'm better, and then it keeps reminding me I'm not. I'm not okay with that. Tomorrow night I get to go to the lady that sold me the townhouse I used to live in, and then sold that house and helped us buy this house. That real estate agent, she sends these random event things. So I get to go with the 14-year-old and my daughter and son-in-law and my 2 grandkids to a water park on Sunday night for a private event. So it won't be super crowded. And so, did I just say Sunday? I meant Monday night. So that's what I'll be doing tomorrow evening. See, Camille, that is, I swear, you can't be contagious through texting or the computer, but it feels like that. Like I keep checking. Am I getting a fever? No, I have yet to actually have a fever, but all the aches and pains and the yuck and the feeling hot, and I don't know if it's the same. But I have checked my temperature probably 100 times in the last 5 days or how many ever days. Like I said, I thought I was totally over it. No, it's more than that. So it's been since Tuesday night. See, I keep thinking it's allergies. Chuck, I have been hopeful that it was allergies, but whenever I take allergy medicine, it's not enough. It's not enough. So I've been taking cold medicine, and then that mostly makes me feel better. And then, of course, drinking hot tea, because I probably wouldn't drink hot tea if I wasn't feeling well. I did put ice in this hot tea before I started drinking it. I'm like, I'm too hot to drink that. Although they say drinking a warm beverage when you're hot actually makes you feel cooler. I don't believe them. But they're probably right. Because you're raising your internal temperature, so it like kind of matches. It could be allergies, but I don't seem to be contagious, so maybe it is just allergies. Because my grandkids didn't get anything from me, but the photo shoot was too cute. With and she was like, "Granddad, take my picture. Granddad, take my picture." She's so cute. Sounds like a conspiracy, right? Because, okay, here's why I'm saying you can't get it through the computer, but you kind of got to question it. Well, Crochet Designs, Mary's been sick. Crochet Rock, okay, she's in Melbourne, Australia. Crochet Rocks, she's got 3 or 4 channels. Tracy is in the UK. She's got this same crud. Camille's down in Texas. She's got the crud. I'm here in Colorado. I've got the crud. Who else was it? Was it Charlotte? Was it Gulf Coast Granny? Maybe Mona would know. Was it Gulf Coast Granny that's been fighting sickness? It was her, or handcrafted by Jackie. Somebody. Yeah. They have a bad cough. So I have not really had a cough, which is why allergies is still a possibility, but I just feel too yucky for it to just be an allergy. I don't know. both. It's both. It's both Jackie. Okay, and Jackie's in Georgia. And Charlotte Gulf Coast Granny is in Mississippi. None of us are in the same. Oh, and your roommate. Oh, and where are you? What state are you in, Mona? I forgot. Cough and sneezing. So I've been sneezing like crazy. So you have the cough. So maybe mine is just allergies. I don't know. I just feel yucky. I forget. Yeah, Mona, I don't remember what state you're in. And you're growing potato. How are you growing potatoes again? There was something you were doing. You were growing potatoes some special way. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, this camera is obnoxious when it's here, but whatever. If I decide to switch back, I'd rather just leave it. Oh, you're in Texas as well. Okay, so Camille's in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Are you in that area? Are you in Houston, San Antonio, Amarillo? Because Texas is huge. It's the contrails. Margaret, you're so funny. That's funny. Houston. Okay. So Houston, Dallas, those are not that close together. Again, I'm in the Denver metro area. I do like to specify that. Oh, and then Crafty Witch 232, she's down in a different part of Colorado, and she's got it too. And I haven't seen her since the beginning of June, so I didn't get her sick. I don't know. It's crazy. It's the contrails. Yes. We should all go back to wearing masks all the time. No, I don't know. Something in the air. Right. But it's worldwide, which is like, I mean, it'd be one thing if it was like kind of the US content creators, but it's one in Australia, one in the UK. It's weird. Anyway, kind of funny. Are we all sick from being on YouTube? No masks. I can't. But no, I hear you, Chuck. I'm mostly teasing, but like, oh. And it's not that severe. Hi, Crochet Queen. She was live just earlier. Crochet Queen. Now let's get you get a summer cold when it gets hot. See, I think part of my problem is it's been up and down. I mean, it's not. Let me put the one that's close to me. It's not. This is physically closer to me than if I put Denver, it's actually giving you DIAs, the airports. Oh, hello, Sam. What time is it there? Now, are you feeling healthy and not have this yucky cold symptoms? Yes. Oh, I bet, Chuck. I know it was awful for my dad too. He's literally deaf in one ear. Yes, Sam. Say hi to Sam. I was just showing my weather. Let's see what my weather says. It's only 80. It feels very pleasant. Can you all hear the slight breeze? It's probably not loud enough. Well, that's a car driving by. Because I have my windows open again. Because there's this huge maple tree in front of the house. And I'm on the top level. And when the wind blows and goes through the leaves, it's just such a nice sound. You're feeling good. You're feeling healthy. And it's 10 a.m. there. Thank you. That helps me register the time difference. Hopefully it cooperates. Yes, it did. 47F. Oh, and then can't hear it, but I wish can't hear it, but wish I could feel. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of quiet. It's such a nice little breeze coming in. This side of the house that I'm on does not get too much direct sun, especially with this giant tree. I'll show you. And the beautiful stained glass that my uncle made. Sorry, it's kind of bright, huh? Let me see if I turn these off. You can see it a little better. Oh, there's a little yapper. You can see the beautiful tree right outside my window. I will lift this up a little bit. My uncle made this for my mom, or maybe this is the one my dad made for my mom. Like I said, my dad and mom, even though they weren't married most of my life, were always very close and good friends. They were better friends than partners, I guess is the way to say it. Oh no. Appendix. Ugh. Appendix. Yeah, I've had friends that's, yeah, that stained glass. Is that the one my dad did? I think that's the one that my dad made for my mom. And I think the other one, I have another one hanging out. So straight below, we have the front room or entry. And it has I have the stained glass window, and it's a sunrise. Oh, my cats are getting fed. Sorry. They came a running. Oh, Fatty Catty is down to 15.5 pounds. So the vet is very happy with his weight. So he is doing good. And when I say Fatty Catty, I'm really not exaggerating. You just heard how much he weighs. He's like twice the size of his mom, Missy, who you've seen a million times. Fatty Catty. Flynn likes to show up in the photos when I try to take a picture of a blanket. You can drop your channel, and then those are my mods' channels that are dropping there. Crochet Queen, I'm glad you're at least recovered enough to yes. This is the cup that I had the tea in, just like I do right now. But I had the lid off, and I was making the tea because I had taken this to Belfast with me. It was the first time that my husband's family was meeting me, and we were celebrating. We were doing like a second wedding reception there, kind of thing. A corner to corner and a shawl. I love corner to corners. Stained glass. It's, oh my gosh, pottery's probably a better option because there's more you can do without investing even more money other than the kiln. Obviously, the kiln is a crazy expensive investment, but anyway, so I take this cup over there because I wanted it empty, of course, because TSA. And I was making hot tea in here. Well, look at the color of that, right? My niece walks in, my youngest niece. There are two younger nephews. Are those both younger, actually? Well, either way, it's the youngest niece either way. She goes, Auntie Lori, do you have a steaming Coke? Yeah, they're from Belfast. I wasn't. My accent isn't great, but that's pretty close to how it sounded. I really like the DK ice cream, the big scoop. See, the big scoop is nice because it's so much yardage. Oh, there you go. It's fun to do. It's fun. My dad taught me to do the when I was little. I don't think I've ever talked about this. We made little they would be like the stained glass beads, and you'd put soldering the like stuff that you kind of roll around the edges of it because they were like beads and not like cut glass pieces like what you just saw. Not since high school, so you did do it in high school. See, that's what I'm talking about too. I was probably in high school, and we would make these little spiders, and he would like help us use the tools and make little legs and stuff. But gosh, I have not thought about it forever. I wonder why I don't have any of those. I tend to save a lot of stuff, especially stuff that I made, but at least I actually remember my dad showing me all that with the little soldering gun and everything. My dad could weld, but obviously he wouldn't let us weld because you have to be trained. You have to wear the special mask and all that stuff. Anyway, so stained glass is fun. Stained glass is a lot of fun, but I didn't do the cut glass like that. It was, like I said, like the glass beads that were kind of oval, and then you could like take wire and use the soldering gun and solder it together and bend the legs how you wanted. I remember making the little stained glass spiders. I think they were spiders. Or as Ladybird Khadija Lisa says, the S word. She does not say the word spider. If you ever watch her and she's saying the S word, that is what she means. She does not mean the poop emoji. She means spider. So that's her S word. She does not say that word. It's kind of cute and endearing, but yes, don't say the word spider to her either. I've probably already said it so much that she would like stop watching. But yeah, the S word. If you hear her say that. Oh, so you understand. Are you okay with saying the word Crochet Queen? See, this is a curiosity of mine. Are you okay? Oh, okay saying the word, even though you have the arachnophobia. It's like, it's a real thing. It can be paralyzing. My oldest stepdaughter literally had to go to some pretty major therapy because she had such a fear of masks. Well, she does theater work. You've got to figure out how to get through that. And it would, like, full panic attacks and everything. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so you don't have any problem with it. Okay. For snow. Oh, see, that's funny, Sam. See, people can mean different things with the S word, right? Usually people here, or at least the people I've known in the US, if they say the S word, they're referring to a swear word. She means spider, and your friend meant snow. That is so funny. Actually, now that you say that, Sam, I think there are some other people who have. That's your S word too, Margaret. Oh, hello, Breezy. So I finished making this little guy. Yes, his eyes are in a weird place. My 3-year-old granddaughter chose the eye placement. She did some of this on the Sentro, the knitting machine. But then her brother was trying to grab the yarn, trying to grab the needles. So she went and played with him, and then I finished winding it, and then she chose the color direction. This is for my grandson, who is 16 months old. I was assisted by my 3-year-old granddaughter. That's what I did. And now we're just chatting about different stuff. It's still, let's see if it's letting me in. I don't think it is. It just won't let me in my own lives. I don't understand why it does that to me. Is it a StreamYard thing? I don't know. I've gotten in before and it's not been a problem. I don't know why sometimes it's a problem. It's freaking obnoxious is all I have to say. All right. It's nice to see you though, Breezy. Hey, this is Senator John my gosh. I am so sorry. Well, it opened something. I apologize for a partial political ad there for a moment. I don't even know what I clicked into. Oh, there. Now it's lit. Okay, see? All right. I'm in. Hooray. Breezy saying hi to everybody. All messages. Click the like if you have a chance. But yeah, so we went through this. This is Crafty Witch 232. This is hers. So Lori, what is your story? What is my story? I have lots of stories. I have all my stories. Originally, it was classroom stories. I took the classroom out before I started really growing, which was a good choice. So it's just Lori's stories. because my original intent for my channel was that I was going to tell stories from my classroom, but then it turned into all, okay. Oh, no. Okay. That's all right. Let me respond to my stepdaughter really quick. Her birthday is later this week. I'm just telling her what she needs to know. Oh, no. And then I got a friend commenting that I didn't go to the Metallica concert. Guess if you are also, if you were a director, do you have a reference you're going to draw? Yes. Yes. Who all here of my, I still haven't opened my Sentro. Oh, so this is very easy to make. This a crocheted octopus. Any of my mods, if you have a crocheted octopus you would like to drop, there's tons of them. There's tons of them. So if you could drop that. So Heather, this was 40. No, this was 50 rows on the Sentro. I have the 48 pin. You have the 22 pin, so you could probably do 40 rows. Then you like cinch both ends down, and then you fold it in and put your eyes in and then stuff it. Now, my granddaughter chose the placement of these eyes. I would have put them up here and further apart, but it's fine. It's cute. My grandson won't know the difference, right? He'll be happy. He's 16 months old, and his sister made something for him, his sister and his Mima, so he will be happy. Yes, please. Crocheted, Camille, for Chuck asked, right? Because I swear, is it you? Do you have breathe or breath? Yeah. Breathe. So my story is, yes, that I tell lots of stories. I've had a very interesting life. I know people that have had an interesting life, so I tell stories and funny things that happen. And thank you, Camille. Is that yours, or is that one that you've used? And yes. So yeah, it was you, Chuck. Okay. So there's simple octopus, and then there's the beautiful octopus that Camille made. Ingrid. Oh, how do you drop your link? Did it say? The one you used. Okay. But that's not Ingrid, right? That's a more basic one. Oh, that's the one that's in the Bob, or whatever. The one in the emojis, right? Or what do you call those? Yeah, emojis? Emotes? I don't know. Didn't it say how to drop your channel? Yes, it did. I just want to make sure it already dropped how to do it. Yes, it did. Hooks 247 is the answer to that. No space. Okay. Okay, so one with worsted weight yarn, one with blanket yarn. So, Chuck, you've got two choices of links there. So, to answer your question, hooks 247 is how you drop your link. But you have to be a mod to drop other links. Hopefully it will cooperate. The other day it was like not totally cooperating. So any guesses as to why I did not go to the Metallica concert? It's not just because I wanted to do a live tonight. I bet you can all guess. And there's your Bob. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, see, it's not cooperating. Why is it not cooperating? Too loud. There's number one. That's number one reason. Give me another reason. Too loud is one reason. Even with my earplugs, I have a special loop earplugs. Lights, flashing lights. Number 2 reason. And just because you probably don't know this, it's outdoors and I was worried about the heat. So, and I'm not feeling well, but I didn't know that I wasn't going to be feeling well today. But yes, sick was another good answer. Too much screaming. High-pitched noises. So electric guitars specifically. I love Cinnamon Stitch's new intro, but I have to turn it way down because electric guitar, like the pitch it's at, it will trigger me. So all of these reasons, there's so many reasons. Not because I dislike Metallica, but and Pantera was going to be there tonight too, and some other band I can't remember. Oh, we were thinking about getting Lumineers tickets. I don't know if you know Lumineers, but too much MJ. Oh, yeah. Okay, on that, Camille. Hi, Jonna. How are you? Did it ever work for you? Yes, Crochet Queen's channel did drop. I just wanted to make sure it did work. Yes, it finally worked. All of these were good reasons. Lumineers, oh yeah. But bass drums vibrate my whole body. So, I can see that. So the low tones are more disturbing to you. So my 17-year-old stepdaughter has a full professional. I'm glad you're doing well. You like Pantera? Yeah, no, they're great bands. Would I love to hear the music? Yes. Would I want to be in that concert environment? No. Missy's over here. She's trying. Okay. I have a bag of toffee-covered almonds over here. She's trying to get into my toffee-covered almonds. This cat will eat anything. Let me grab her so you can see her. If you're going to come nearby. You're going to get on the camera. This is my cute little Missy, who is the naughtiest little girl. Oh, I have the lid off my tea. I need to put the lid back on my tea. Not that she tries to drink my tea, but see, she's wondering what it. See, she thinks she wants the tea. We all want the tea, right? Oh, Def Leppard, yeah, they're good too. Best drummer, right? Are they the ones that have the one-armed drummer? Is that right? She's not really cat. She's a pit bull in disguise. Yes, she's a little sneak. She's so cute. But how are you doing today? Oh, you said you're great. I'm glad. I'm a little not feeling 100%. So that is my deal. The pressure. But I'll take this over migraine. This is a weird thing with me. When I have cold symptoms, I don't have migraines. Make that make sense. I mean, I'll take it. But I don't get it. How? Why? Who knows? Hard Rock Station on the radio. Oh, and you had to turn it down. Yeah, I like it. I like the music, but mine got worse with a cold. Yours actually get worse. And I think, Heather, that's more normal. I can't explain it. I don't understand. But it's okay. I mean, it's just, it's weird, right? It's weird. It doesn't make any sense. It's illogical. So my husband is saying there's 4 different mosh pits going on. Oh, no. Okay, let's see if there's anybody else I have to respond to right now. Okay, got my stepdaughter and my husband. What's he need? Just telling me that there's a lot of mosh pits going on. That's all. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that can be scary. It was her, yeah. So I get barometric pressure headaches, and they can be real massive triggers for migraine for me. But the fact that our barometric pressure is shifting all around, and I feel like I have cold symptoms, I don't understand it. I don't get it. It's very weird. So, sorry, I was just checking on my chat here. But yes, Andy, Crafty Witches. I think she's doing an 8-hour live. I can't. No, thank you. I can't. Now Missy has gone over to the little perch. I don't know if there's a way I can turn the camera around. I don't think there is. It's very cute. She's very cute. In the little cat tree perch. But anyway, that would be so stressful. It's something if they picked me up. I usually stay on the outskirts of a mosh pit if I can. And then again, my husband's in the nosebleeds, so he's good. Yeah, if you don't, you're welcome to drop your channel now. Those are mod channels that just dropped. Hooks 247. Since I'm probably gonna. We're almost to an hour and a half, so I might as well just make it to an hour and a half. I am so sorry. I will say that as a result of the. Yes, and Jonna's lovely. If you don't know her. I mean, yeah. You know, Crochet Queen, I was a high school teacher, so I can talk for hours. That's, that's my story. If you want the real bottom line, that's my story. I can talk for hours. But because I'm kind of feeling funky and see my eyes started watering again, I probably shouldn't push it. Hot tea, because my voice sounded funky. Oh, yeah, well, it was a little. So, just so you know, Sifting Soil is Mona. Renee, there's some days where I have just used all my words. I think most people are like that, Renee. I am just, you enjoy my stories. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have the peanut butter story. If Breezy, were you here when I talked about my grandson getting into a jar of peanut butter and like coating himself with it? That was a good story. He's 16 months old. He's very tall, but he's not very heavy, thankfully. Sometimes my head dictates that I've used all my words and I can't find the words. That was actually one of the indicators that I needed to disability retire. But yeah, if you want to drop a channel, you're welcome to. Hooks 247. Okay, so yeah, so my daughter sent me a picture. That's fine. I'm sure it's fine. I'll pull it up. Let me get in there. Here's a funny story, and I'll get right back to the only child quiet house. Yeah, see, I think that changes. Now, I have a friend whose only child, he talked all the time until he was a teenage boy, and that's just how they seem to be. My daughter sent me a funny picture because she's like, how is this a real, let me cover her name. Watermelon hibiscus popcorn. How is that real? That was the comment. But that's not that was a funny story from today. Where's the peanut butter picture? Here it is. We cover her name again. This is my grandson. Yep. Jar of peanut butter. Can you see all the peanut butter all over him and the floor? Yep. Yep. That's, yep. 16 months old and yep, the whole, but yes. Yes, okay. Chuck, I'm more like that. My mom probably has said that exact word about me. Yeah, he's a cutie. He's a cutie patootie. But it is interesting having teenagers in the house, but then also having grandchildren. It's very interesting. Isn't that so, so funny? I guess as soon as she found him, because she knew he was too quiet. You know, when little kids are too quiet, you know they're doing something. So he had gone into the peanut butter tub of sour cream. Oh. So did the sour cream make well, she's got a 3-year-old daughter as well. Crochet Queen. My granddaughter's 3 now. She is more almost OCD, neat, clean. Like she gets something on her hands and she can't. No, she would never do that. But the sour cream, did it make his skin soft? I need to know, Jonna. Because the peanut butter did. My daughter told me. The peanut butter made it. But yes, Breezy, I figured you'd appreciate seeing that visual to go with the story, because I don't always have a visual to go with the story. My hair's driving me crazy. Raid food, but it was usually cheese and pickles. Oh, cheese and pickles. My grandkids both obsessed with cheese. They love it. They love it so much. I didn't like cheese when I was a kid. I mean, I didn't dislike it. Like I wouldn't not eat it, but it wasn't my favorite. Inquiring minds want to know, what did I miss? Yeah, and both of her children are very intelligent and very verbal. So she is not going to get any quiet in her household ever. I always tease her. I'm like, good luck with smart children. That's fun. Smart kids are, yeah. So, yep. So the sour cream did the same thing. So y'all, if you just need your skin to be softened up, just, bathe in peanut butter or sour cream and you're all good to go. Teenagers in the baby. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So babies, all his, I assume cheese. Yep. Too much cheese can definitely do that. Crochet Queen, you are 100%. Right. So yes. If we just need to take a bath, just coat our skin in sour cream or peanut butter and then take a bath. See, I don't think Camille would want to waste the peanut butter because she likes to eat the peanut butter. So she might be okay with the sour cream. But yes, got to be careful with how much cheese you eat, for sure. My daughter's children drink water like crazy. Which is good because in Colorado, you really, really, stepchildren. Okay. All of them are stepchildren, all from his wife. Wow. Crema. Yeah. See, crema's nicer. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but crema's nicer than sour cream, in my opinion. Sandwich out of the couch and mix whatever I could reach in the fridge. Wooden spoon is. I love that, Margaret. I'll read that. My parents used to love to tell a story about me making a sandwich out of the couch. I mixed whatever I could reach in the fridge, had a wooden spoon, and was stirring it into the cushions. I love that. I love that. I'm trying to remember, like, what was, I can't remember what phrase this is the opposite of. Has 3 by hand, 5 by her. Oh, wow. Has 3 by hand. Okay. So 8 altogether. Am I counting that right? 8 children, ranging from teenager down. Yeah, my Okay. I have been curious about that circle at CIRKUL. It's a flavor. So it's to flavor your water, right? Is that good? Crochet Queen, I need to know. It's and they're not done. My husband and I have 5 between us, and we've joked. Well, there was a whole time that the Army thought he was pregnant. That's funny. On record, my husband has been pregnant, which is hilarious. Because he went into, he had, they're of that mindset. Well, what can you do? I don't have enough money for that. But yeah, so a couple of years after, I want to say 2 or 3 years after my husband and I were married, he had shoulder surgery. I think it was 2 years after. He had shoulder surgery, and he went in to go get his clearance because he had gotten medically cleared so he could jump out of airplanes again because, anyway, with the Army. So he goes to get this medical clearance, and he sees his medical file. His medical file had all of these ailments listed in his file, in addition to being pregnant and due in April. I think this was January when he discovered this. Yeah. Yes. That's what I would do too, Chuck, man. For real. And you like the flavors. See, but you have to find the right flavor. Okay. Thank you. I was curious. My dad was asleep when all that was going on. When he woke up, the house smelled so bad. He thought I had turned on the gas. Oh, wow. And the couch had to be relocated to the yard. That's hilarious. Okay. Sounds good, Camille. No problem. What story was I telling? I see I interrupt myself and I forget what I'm saying. Oh my goodness. Here, I'm gonna go back on my live and see what I was saying. No. It won't let me. It won't let me. All right, what was I saying? I was telling a funny story and I forgot. Oh, and it just showed how you can do your channel too if you want. See, I interrupt myself all the time. What was I saying? Ooh. Scary gifts. What do you mean by scary gifts? I need to know. Like, are they into the... Oh, thank you, Margaret. Yes, I was telling the Army that the Army said that my husband was pregnant. Thank you, Margaret. I knew it was a story I'd told before, but I don't know if I've given all the details. Well, not all the details, but... So basically, what had happened was all of these other people's medical records got merged into his. Oh, scary characters. See, contact Andy, Crafty Witch. On her, I will send you her Facebook page name, and you can order from her. She makes all the scary characters. And she's very affordable. So they merged all these people's records into my husband's file. Hello, Charlotte. We were talking about you earlier and that you weren't feeling. I'm not 100% tonight. I have my hot tea and I had some cold medicine, but I don't think it worked great. Let's see. See, I was trying to get to an hour and a half, and here I am. See, I can talk forever. It's ridiculous, actually, how I can just talk, even when I'm not feeling great. As long as the migraine stuff doesn't start, I can usually. Yes, my lovely husband likes to jump. Yes, he jumps out of airplanes. He was, now his position has changed in the Army National Guard, but he was a parachute rigger, so he had to jump every 6 months at least. Yes, okay. Okay, let me look into that for you, Long Cool. And the it's not her Etsy, it's her Facebook business group. So, and it's not got that other thing that you don't love. So anyway, I'm sorry you aren't into. Yeah, I'm not terrible. How are you feeling? Because Mona was in here earlier and saying that both you and Jackie were not 100%. It's fine. It's fine. I finished this on the knitting machine. Well, I didn't do the knitting machine tonight. I just I sewed it. It was all ready to go. My 3-year-old granddaughter plays these. This is for my grandson who got into the peanut butter. But back to my husband. Yes, he was the parachute rigger, so he had to jump out of an airplane about every 6 months, or sometimes more often. Maybe it was every 3 months. But yeah, Mona's been in and out of the chat. And Renee, yes, Renee, you know Renee. Yeah, I do tend to power through it. But I lost my train of thought a lot worse than usual. Anyway, so all these records get merged into my husband's records. And it says he's got all these medical conditions, including that my husband was pregnant. Yeah. Yeah, he sure was. So we joke he's the only one that's had a baby in our family. Well, been pregnant in our family. In our marriage. Because, again, we have five girls, ranging from 29 down to 14. A little congested, yeah. So mine's been like running to all the animals. There you go. Oh, hello, Dorothy. How are you? So I'm telling the story about my husband being pregnant, which is always a good story. So yeah, the Army merged all these records. Yes, they did figure out who was responsible for this. So I'll get to that too. So they merged all of these medical records into his file. And he discovered it because, again, he had gotten cleared to jump again because of his shoulder. He had shoulder surgery, and he got it fixed. And so it's all good. And he was going in to clear that, sees all of this other medical stuff. Well, the medical person wasn't available when he discovered this to change everything, because he's just, I say just, but National Guard. So he's not there all the time. Just 1 weekend a month, that whole thing. Yes, I am, Dorothy. It keeps coming and going. I keep thinking I'm over it, and then it's just not. And you're still sick as well. I'm taking it. Is that what you're saying? See, it's the whole world, because Dorothy's down in Tasmania. But at least it's winter there. It makes more sense to have a cold. But anyway, so all these records are merged. So the next drill, he goes to try to fix it, because the person he talked to about the shoulder clearance, they were like, oh, well, it has to be this person that fixed it. So the next time he goes, it was a month later. So now it's February. He's doing April. It's just funny. So he goes to this person, but it's still not the right person. He's like, well, I can't fix all of these other medical things, but I can definitely take the "you're pregnant" off of there. And he goes, boop, you're not pregnant anymore. So that is how that went. So what had happened? Who was responsible? Hey, Jen, how are you? Sam. Oh, Sam, yes. Wasn't sure you were still here. Oh, my goodness, my cheeks are warm. Yeah, see, I'm not 100%. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. the person responsible. So what had happened was she was new doing this medical records job, PHA. I don't remember what it stands for. Renee's in here. She can tell you if whatever PHA stands for. It's an Army thing. But she was, okay, you're lurking. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you for being here. See, I'm saying hi to people when you see them. So she was new. And what had happened was she had his record open and didn't like close it properly. So everybody that saw her for about a month after him, everybody's medical information went into his file. Yeah, it got fixed, but my husband was pregnant for a couple months. Cooking dinner. Ooh, yum. Ooh, what are you making? I need to know, Mona. What are you making? Physical health assessment? Probably. You're probably right, Chuck. Everything in the Army is, yeah, it's funny, right? I so think it, but right? And that would have never happened, right, Renee? Would have never happened. Once they figured out the root and figured out like how long all these records had been accumulating in his file, they were able to fix everything pretty quickly. But yeah, so my husband was pregnant. This is a standing joke in our marriage. But we've determined he's the only one allowed to be pregnant. Well, I still could be, but no, I am not. I'm not starting over. Thank you. I am way too old for that. And I have grandkids now. It's like having teenagers in the house and grandkids. Charlotte, you relate to that. That's a whole different world. Because he had, even though it's the same marriage, he had a big gap in his first two. You're parking, okay. From his oldest, then there was a big gap, almost 12 years. Is that right? Almost 11 or almost 12. Either way. Yes. So I knew you would relate to that. So the almost 11 years, or almost 12 years. Because again, I do not do head math, y'all. I may be really good at math. Head math, not so much. Anyway. Chuck, I had one of those too. I'm like, oh, you think you want more? I was already 40. And no, thank you. So I was 40 when my youngest stepdaughter was born. Her mom was 41, I think. And then my husband was 42, I think. And those are all I think, because, Yeah, okay, so yeah, similar. So you had 5 teenagers? They were all teenagers at the same time? Woo. Now that's a whole different kind of thing. So our 3 oldest have never lived in the same household. Yeah, right. Because his oldest, the one that then has a baby, she lives in California, and she has a son who's 2. So I have a second grandson, but I don't get to see him very often. But her birthday is almost smack in the middle between my 2 girls. So we have the 3 adult children, like true grown adults, and then the 2 teenagers. He's the only person I know that had 2 complete oopsies, because they were big surprises. But that's a whole thing. They're fun. The cars in college. Ooh, 5 at the same time in college and car. Ooh, and the insurance, Renee. Oh my goodness gracious! I cannot imagine. Woo, that would be That would be something else. So I'm grateful that these two youngest, it's a big separate, but it's a little strange having the teenagers in the household and then but grandkids, little grandbabies, grandsons and stepmother. Wow, all on the same day? I knew you had two grandkids. Wow, I didn't realize your stepmom's was too. My stepmom and my mom's birthdays were really close together, but not the same day. And wow, that's wild. I adore my stepmother. I mean, she's passed now, but she was wonderful. And my stepmother and my mother got along like really good friends. Yeah, see, 42. Like again, I know somebody that had she and I were 1 month apart in age and worked together. She married a man. We were in our 40s. She married a man who was the same age as my uncle, 21 years older than her. And then she had a baby, got pregnant and had a baby when she was 45. And I'm thinking, I was exactly the same age. There was no way on this planet I was doing that at 45, starting at 45. Oh, no. Plus, that means his dad was 56 when he was born. Woo, I cannot imagine. I can be civil. Okay. That's funny. Gulf Coast. No, I recognize my situation. My mom and my stepmom being really good friends, like practically best friends. And oh my goodness, no, thank you, Chuck. I can't imagine having a baby at 52. Renee, you have 10 grandkids. I missed that. I missed that comment. Let me go back. Get right. That's what I'm saying, Camille. Woo! I cannot imagine. Woo-wee. Oh, 10. There it is. 10 grandkids. That's wild. Now, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Again, even though we have the 5 between us, it wouldn't surprise me at all if these 3 that we have right now, the 3-year-old, the 2-year-old, and then the 16-month-old, they might be our only grandchildren out of the 5 kids. It would not surprise me if that's it. Camille, right? I'm 54. I have no problem saying that. I'm 54. I cannot imagine. Charlotte, you're not wrong. I would cry. I would cry. Yeah, you're leaning that way too, Camille. This might be your only one. 15 grands. Oh my gosh, 15. And your younger sisters are not done yet. Wow. Yeah, and you're good with that. Well, I'm given what I know about you, I'm grateful you were able to have the kids you were able to have, because sometimes, I mean, my sister was never able to have children, and there were no preventative precautions ever, so she never did. You have a sister that's 21 and a half years. Wow. Now I know their mom, so my husband's ex, her oldest sister, she's the youngest of 6. Her oldest sister is 20 years older than her. So I understand. I mean, I get it. It happened. I mean, that's normal. It's just not typical in this day and age. Now, my ex-husband married a woman 20 years. That's different. Married a woman 20 years younger and proceeded to have a child. And so that baby was born a month after my daughter had my granddaughter. So she has an aunt. My granddaughter has an aunt that is a month younger than her. So that's always funny. Yeah, see, I told you all. I can just talk and talk and talk. I can talk about anything. It's silliness. At less. Yes, you're happy with the two you have. 13. Oldest surviving. So 13 survived, is what you're saying? Because I know in the era, because my grandma was the youngest of 10, but she was certainly not the 10th pregnancy. I lost the comment. Daughter-in-law will be 42. Oh, yeah. So that's the one that has all the babies? 8 babies? Woo. Can't imagine what that would be like on your chest. Holy mackerel. I wanted to go back and look at, what did you say? Great grand. 13. Yeah, 13. Both of my grandparents on my mom's side were from families of 10. My grandfather was kind of in the middle, and my grandmother was the youngest. My grandpa remarried to a one. Yeah. Ooh, wee. See, that's even more extreme, Heather. So it was your grandpa. So wait. Oh, yeah, no, that would be the same. Your grandpa had a baby. So my granddaughter's grandpa had a baby a month after, but 6 months after. Ooh. Same age as your dad. Yeah, see. At least this lady, their stepmom, is a few years older than them. It would have been more. It was messy. We'll just say it that way. One of 10. He's the only remaining. My dad is one of 5, and he had 3 sisters and 1 brother, and he and his 2 younger sisters are still kicking it. He's 80. Is he 82? I think he's 82. Huh. I can't. That is mind-boggling, Renee. I cannot relate to that at all. I think on my dad's side, I think there were 17 total grandchildren. But I know at least 4 of them have passed, of my cousins on my dad's side. I don't know them very well. On my mom's side, it was right, 121st cousins. I can't even imagine. So it's a good way to describe it, right? Messy is just the nicest way to say that. There's more mess with mine, but I won't share that. I won't share that because it's just not necessary. But it's funny. 105. Yeah, records. They didn't necessarily keep the best birth records back in the day either. 3-bedroom shack in the hills of Kentucky. Dirt poor, but baby rich. Yeah. Yep. So my grandparents were in Kansas, and my mom's dad, so my great-grandfather up that way, he was a large animal vet in Kansas. But then when he passed, when my grandma was, I want to say 10 or 12 years old, I'm not sure. There were only a couple kids still in the household, but my great-grandma had to figure out a way to make it work. They did an article on her, though, when my grandma graduated, because all 10 of her children graduated from high school. And if you think about the era in the early 1940s, for not her grandchildren, all of her children, for all of her children to graduate in that era in the 30s and 40s in Kansas, in rural Kansas, it's pretty impressive. She made sure they all got through school. And then my grandpa, also from Kansas, Well, that's an interesting story. That's for another live. My great grandpa and his escaping the law. We'll just leave it at that. But they had 10. And then what year are you drinking? This is hot tea. Namberry. It's only from Nambarrie. It is from it's in my Coca-Cola cup. So it's hot tea. Namberry. It's from Northern Ireland. And I have to order it special. Usually it's cheapest on T-Dog. And I think TEADOGG.com, I think. We were just ordering some because I was almost out. I usually order the 160 pack, but lately they haven't had it, so I've been having to order the 80 pack. Yes, I drink a lot of tea, if you're wondering. It's my first and foremost. My grandma did. Yeah, see, this is why it's impressive, right? And that's why they did a newspaper article about my great grandma, because she got all 10 of her kids graduated through high school, and again, a couple of them after my great grandfather had passed. And she washed people's clothes. Again, different era. She washed people's clothes. She did boarding. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Crochet Queen. She found a way to make money. And I think that people were very kind to her in the town as well, because my great grandpa being the large animal vet, he was kind of important in that area. But yeah, what I was saying about my grandpa, again, my grandpa's kind of in the middle. Now, on my grandma's side, my mom's mom, she's the youngest of 10, and there were no twins. My grandpa is kind of in the middle of 10, and there were 2 sets of twins. But back then they didn't necessarily keep records when people had stillborns or anything like that, but it was a different world. I'm going to end up making it to 2 hours. I can't just talk. It's ridiculous. But you guys in the chat help a lot. Yeah, okay. So you've been through it too. You've been through it too, huh, Renee? Raised by criminals, yeah. So my great grandfather wasn't actually a criminal. He was taking the rap for his brother. Yes. You drink a lot of coffee. See, I do not drink a lot of coffee. That's too much caffeine. So yeah, the Marine Corps was a really, would it be a saving grace? Is that how you would describe it, Renee? Like, it was really good for you, right? I think the military is a great choice for a lot of people. I have a friend, totally different circumstance. Friend I've had since 1st or 2nd grade. And her son just joined the Navy. He's going to do IT on a submarine. There's not enough money for me to live on a submarine. You could not pay me enough money to, nope. Same thing goes for what my husband does, jumping out of airplanes. Nope. Yeah, see, Renee, I have heard this. There have been students I had that I felt like, please go to the military. It will save your life. For many people, it is the best choice. Sonnet tech. So your Poppy was on a submarine, so he understands sonnet text. So that's probably similar to what my friend's son is going to be doing. He joined and a few days later turned 18. I mean, he went to boot camp and a couple days later turned 18. But believe me, totally different reasons than what you're talking about, Renee, but totally, he needs that structure. He needs that discipline that he's going to get there. Your son enlisted now. Which son? Because I know you have several. Sonar. Oh, sonar. Yeah, duh. My brain should have read it that way. Renee, of course. Sorry. Great, Charlotte. Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in, Dorothy. Drop just for fun, I will do. Let's see what Dorothy's weather's like right now. I don't have to put anything but Tasmania for her because, again, it's Tasmania. Mounted police in Detroit. Yeah. Let's see how it is. Ooh, it's chilly, but it's winter there. So, ooh, it's chilly in Tasmania. Ooh. 82% humidity. Oh, that's got to feel so ice cold. Exactly how I feel, Crochet Queen. Those jobs. No, thank you. What was I going to say? Somebody said something I wanted to check. And I think it's going to tell you how. No, it's just dropping my sub to me. Oh, it was my grandpa was a mounted policeman in Detroit in the 40s and 50s. Chuck says, but he was beat up by a gang, so my grandma said no more. So, interesting story. Oh, good, Renee. Turn it into a book. Do it. I'm sorry, it's a Lifetime movie though. That's unfortunate. Sorry, you've been through that. But yes, turn it into a book. What was I about to say? It was related to the policeman. Okay, so we talked a little bit about it on the live. Was that 2 weeks ago, I think, or last week? Has it been that long? I think it was 2 weeks ago. We talked about my husband growing up in Belfast, and that's during the Troubles and all that. His uncle, who was a policeman, had death threats all the time because, again, in Belfast, it was kind of the police against the okay, that is not an urgent thing that I need to respond to. Okay, I think everything else is good there. So yeah, he got all the death threats, but my husband still wanted to go into police work. But when he met his first wife and everything, he knew there were okay. I'm saying it felt like that. The police against the citizens. So the Troubles, everybody talks about actually, I shouldn't say everybody. Very few Americans know the history of the Northern Ireland and the conflict in Belfast. If you've heard of Bloody Sunday, there were actually two of them. Well, not with the context. I don't know that it's better than a Hallmark movie because Lifetime movies usually involve some pretty messed up stuff. Well, yes, that's true. Usually they end well, and as far as we know, Renee's story is ending well. Okay, so yes, but they were using the police. So it's represented as a conflict between Catholics and Protestants, right? But it's really a conflict between the Irish being the Catholics, and the Protestants being the United Kingdom, England, the British. So it was really a conflict between the British and the Irish. But the underpinnings or the representation, it looked like a religious conflict. But it was more than that. But yes, the government was using the police to try to deal with the conflict that was happening with the IRA, what does that even stand for? Something Irish something. I can't remember. Everyone fought Britain because Britain went and controlled everybody, right? Freedom rights. Yes. Yes. So it's not that Ireland wanted freedom, because the Republic of Ireland was already a Republic of Ireland. The problem was in 1923, they took a chunk off the top. So it was England had gone over and taken it, right? Had taken the whole island, claimed it for their own. In 1916, there was a conflict at the post office, I think I mentioned. In 1923, there was a compromise met where they took the top chunk, Northern Ireland, made it a United Kingdom country of its own. It's a small little chunk at the top. And the rest was the Republic of Ireland and was its own rule. The troubles started because that little chunk up at the top was given its own. Thank you, Irish Republic Army. Thank you, Sam. Yes, that's it. That's it. They wanted that part, the island, to all be one country. And they wanted the British to give back that chunk of the country. Like I said, it was really a conflict between Ireland and the British because the British went and took stuff. They did. We know that. They did that all over the world. They did that right here, right? But took that chunk. And so the IRA was about reuniting and not having that part belong to England. But then they, as it should have been, right. So that's the history. But the people that lived in Northern Ireland were actually mostly Scottish, or predominantly Scottish and Protestant, and they didn't want to be Irish. That's the whole thing. Anyway, the troubles ended in 1998, I think. 1998. And now it's been calm. No, I knew what you meant. Yes. The Ulster Scots. Thank you, Renee. Yes, that's exactly who they were. Ulster culture is in Northern Ireland because they had lived there from 1923 to, like I said, 1998 when everything got okay. We're staying Northern Ireland. That's the Republic of Ireland. And anyway, so yes, England took it, and England still has that little chunk up at the top because the people, Protestants that predominantly lived there, wanted to remain part of the United Kingdom. So, but it was messy, and as per usual, the British did not handle it very nicely. And then the IRA did, the Irish Republic Army did the stuff they did. But my husband, like I said, they were using the police to try to intervene with the conflict, I guess. It's a whole thing. That's exactly right, Chuck. It's a whole thing. And how many of us actually learn about the history? I went there. I was in Derry, where there used to be a wall dividing Catholics and Protestants. So now there's just a wall there's a small section of the wall that's a monument to everything that happened there. And then call it Derry, D-E-R-R-Y, not its other name. But yeah, hearing from my sister-in-law who lived there when there was a wall, and she's like, being a Catholic, you were treated like a second-class citizen. It was just, it's a whole thing. Anyway, I don't know why I went on that rant. I don't know why I went on that rant. Oh, because he got threats on the streets, on the news. Yeah. Yep, exactly, Charlotte. You already got, yeah. Well, they use some really questionable tactics. Hi, Tammy. That's part of why. I'm not saying they were in the wrong, but it was like here for a while, all Catholics and Irish. Yeah. Oh, it would, like, if you look, there was an era of time, probably during the potato famine, honestly, where the Irish were immigrating or being sent over from England, whatever was happening there. I don't even know entirely, because again, I don't know enough of that history. But I've seen like job advertisements say they no Irish. Like, we'll talk about the 50s and 60s, right? Like, it was a problem here. Like, and Catholics have been treated poorly. Like, they never thought JFK could get elected because he was Catholic. So now we've actually had 2 Catholic presidents. But yeah, it was, yeah. No, and especially the Irish. There was a period of time that Irish were treated really badly in the United States. Really badly. But anyway, we'll talk about this little guy. And I've gone over 2 hours now. And I made him on the knitting machine using Crafty Witch. I'll link that live where she actually shows how to make this little guy. I finished him up. It's on the 48 pin Sentro. You can do it on a 22 pin Sentro. Oh, me too, Renee, actually. It's freakish. My husband growing up there, me, I can trace one of my family lines all the way back to the 1600s in the US. Another family line, mid 1800s. Yep. It's yeah, exactly. It's all in how you're raised, right? Check on that one. Whether you're a great grandmother, right? Yep. And it's so crazy to me, Charlotte, that kind of prejudice, it's barely different now. I mean, being disowned from your family was a bigger deal the further back you go. But yeah, just because they were from a different religion, it's wild to me. But anyway, I interrupted myself again. What was I going to say? Yes. Oh, yeah. My husband grew up in Belfast. I can trace my family way back here in the US. And yet our DNA looks almost identical. Crazy, right? So weird. 25% Scottish, it said, for me. And I think that was the same for him, which is really crazy. I am so sorry to hear that. But yes, it's nice. Yeah. On that, because my husband's in law enforcement, and they just had a whole thing, and it was a national story because a guy and we'll call stepmom had kidnapped the child. He was supposed to go to court. Instead, kidnapped the child, told the child the mother had passed, and they just kind of they just got caught here in Colorado. They were from Alabama or somewhere else. Let's see, my dad was Scottish, very removed, but she didn't like. See, it's right. It's nonsense, right, Chuck? It's nonsense to be prejudiced like that. I don't understand it. Scottish, English, German, and big surprise, Norwegian. Yeah, I've got a little bit of Norwegian too. Norwegian or Swedish? Ooh, maybe it's Swedish. Yeah, and that's definitely a book. Definitely. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but yes, I'm glad you're using it for good. But yeah, DNA is fascinating, and I think I'm always surprised. I have 2 adopted cousins on my mother's side, and my cousin, my female cousin on that side, on my mom's side, because she knew enough about her Her mom was basically get pregnant, have the baby, and give it away. So she knows she has lots of siblings out there, all adopted out. But she's very different than I am. She has no interest at all in finding out her DNA. She's like, this is my family, and that's all I care about. Fair. She has no interest in her mom. She's unimpressed with who her biological mom is. She's like, my mom is my mom. It's really wild, too, because she completely looks like her mom, her adoptive mom. Irish and English. Yeah. Yes, and it sounds like you have a lovely family, Renee. Go ahead, and there's a bunch of you in here that maybe haven't, if you haven't subscribed to each other, Hooks 247, no space. We'll do this for a couple minutes, and then it's 2 hours and 15 minutes. I've told you I can just go on and on, especially when you guys interact with me. But yeah, see, yeah. So you understand where my cousins, or Poppy understands where my cousin's coming from. Yeah, there's reasons why sometimes you're like, right. Lots of therapy. Yep. Lots of therapy is the key. Yeah. And Renee, you too, if you haven't dropped your channel, you're welcome to. I know Crochet Queen did a while back, but yes, I do. What he does remembers. Oh, he remembers bad stuff. At least my cousin was like adopted from the hospital. She has no memory or negative memory of her mother. She just. I'll just show this again. Again, it's taking me forever, but it is cute. Cow's almost done. The pig is done. And I have started on the dog. So this will be, you'll get an update, Whip Wednesday. You'll get an update on that. See how far we got. Father rescued him. And sometimes that is therapy. Yes, therapy is therapy. Lots of therapy. I still am in therapy. But not very little from my childhood is the problem. Given that my parents were divorced and everything, my parents were lovely and they worked well as co-parents, and I have more trauma for my stepdad, who was only in my life very briefly. He was a jerk, but that's a whole different thing. He got nicer as he got older, but that's a different story. Yeah, well, I'm glad Poppy's father was able to rescue him. But, anyway, anybody else need to drop your channel Hooks 247? I don't know how many of you know Hanging Out with Jen. I think she's probably new to most of you. If you don't know Critters Crochet or the Spoony Stitcher, I recommend them as well. Camille and Margaret Songbirds, Margaret, Linda Snyder, and there's one other that drop automatically. Yeah, you're new. Yeah. So a lot of folks probably don't know. They know their time is short here. Yes. There's that one. Yeah. Yeah. What was I going to double check? Anybody else that wants to drop their channel Hooks 247, you're welcome to do that. Well, luckily my stepfather got a little nicer. He's passed now, but he got a little nicer in his 40s. 5 to 10 years, 5 years or less after my mom divorced him. But he was a better person after. I certainly liked him more. I bought it as a gossip for a good. Oh, yes, I know. That's I put that in there. Some people have commented on it because it's funny. Was it you, Charlotte? You said that it's like somebody wrote it on the back of the bathroom stall. I know, but that's the phrasing I put because I thought it was funny. See, and so Nightbot also automatically drops my mods. So Camille, Margaret, Linda Snyder, and I'm sure I think it drops her too. Yeah, so as long as you think it's funny, because I thought it was funny. Oh, who said it? Who said the thing about it? If it wasn't you, Charlotte, who was it? I want to know. I can't remember. It's true. It's true, Chuck. That's very true. His was a slightly different reason, but that is true. It's like how I feel about my daughter's stepmother. It's like sometimes I want to thank her and sometimes I want to punch her. It's it's complicated. It's messy. But it's all good. Everything's good. My kids are great, and yes, there's Linda's. She was here earlier. But yeah, it doesn't with my it doesn't say for a good time. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I wasn't trying to say it like that, but sometimes this is why I got myself in trouble in the classroom. I would stick my foot in my mouth like that all the time. I would say things I didn't mean it that way. Yes. Oh, cute. Oh, yeah, I definitely will be gone here momentarily, Renee, because I am definitely feeling it. I need to take more cold medicine and I need to eat some chicken noodle soup or something. But yeah, and I've almost gone 2.5 hours. I wasn't even sure I was going to make it an hour. Tinkerbell is a cute name. We have a Lebowski dog, Ollie dog, and I don't say the other dog's names publicly because it's a service dog. And then my 2 kitties, Missy and Flynn, they are, Flynn will show up in pictures, but he almost never comes. I don't even think he comes in this room when I'm live, whereas Missy usually, she's asleep over there on her cat tree in the little perch part. But yes, good night, Margaret. Yeah, I'm definitely fading fast. I know it's much later on the East Coast. It's only almost 7:30 here, but I think I'm pretty fried. And I seriously can't believe it's been almost 2.5 hours. That's so hilarious to me. I don't know how I just go and go blah, 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 blah. But yes, I was always I'm glad you like it. And the kids catch it immediately, don't they? Yes. More than one time I caused giggles and then realized what I said. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, thank you. I keep thinking I'm better. It keeps like I'll feel better, and then all of a sudden I'm like, no, it's not gone yet. But thank you, Charlotte. And yeah, thank you all. Good night, Jen. Thank you for coming in. Oh, you were saying good night to Margaret. Margaret, good night and sleep well. And yes, I won't keep you up late. All right. Yeah, I can tell I am faded. But yes, we got to see the really cool yak yarn. And then this is Camille's Creations hand-dyed yarn. This is alpaca chunky. This is a 5-weight. I was bordering on a 6-weight. This is a nice, real, true 5. This is so soft. But they don't really, they wouldn't feel right together. And that's, we determined that's a 2 or a 3-weight, even though it says worsted. But given the hook size, I would not call, maybe worsted is just part of its name. Do not bleach. Do not. Why? Can anybody tell me why I would think it was okay to bleach my colored yarn? It's all right. You don't have to answer that. But anyway, yes. So that was my pretty yarn content. And then we finished making this guy. All right. I'm going to let you go because I am getting zony. So that's what happens. Thank you all for coming in. And I will see you later. And can I get an amen? All right. Oh, let's see if there's a... Oh, there's our chair chef. All right. See you all later.